Good morning, students. Can you all hear me?
Good morning, madam.
Right. So, welcome to the object-oriented programming session. So, today also we are going to discuss a very important topic. Along with that, I'll take some practicals so we can do practicals, and at the same time, we will see how theories are working. Before that, do you have any questions to ask from the previous sessions? Any practical things you're struggling with? Right. It seems you don't have any questions to ask. So we can start with the today's topic. But meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can interrupt me and ask. So today my main focus is understanding switch case statement because last week we started conditions and we discussed how conditions are using in the practical work. We discussed about if else we completed those things. So today I want to take you through switch case statement. If time permits, we can do loops as well. Those are the only two we have to cover in the lecture series. So what I basically do is I cover these two and I'll do a whole practical session to cover all these fundamental things. So you can start with your practical environment, open Notepad++, command prompt, and give the command to connect with your folder and set up the environment to start a small practical because I want to start a small practical from if else and then I gradually go to the switch case statement. I want to show you how we handle multiple conditions and we have some extent to not to use multiple statements with if conditions. We have to use switch case statement for that. So my main target is understanding that thing by yourself. So first open Notepad++ and set up the environment to do a small code and just to understand how if conditions are working. Right, I'm also working on that. I opened Notepad++. And at the same time, I'm going to open the command prompt. In my computer, I have the same application as terminal. And first of all, I want to set the path because command prompt is a common application for your computer and it doesn't know where is your Java folder, which we created to save all our Java files. So what you can do is you can give the path. To give the path, you should type the command cd, keep a space, single space enough. Then go to the Java folder you created. Most probably all have created your Java folder on desktop because I asked you to do so. So this is the folder I created. You can double click on the folder and then copy the path from here. In Windows operating system, we can copy path from here, but in my operating system, it's not the same way. In my operating system, I can drag and drop the folder, then it automatically get the path. So once you gave the path like this, you can press enter. So now you can see your command prompt is inside your Java folder. It is in the Java folder you created on desktop. So this is the basic setup you need to have before you start the practicals. Then you can minimize it. Don't close. If you close command prompt, again, you have to do the same thing. So make sure until you finish all these codes not to close this command prompt. So you can minimize it and you can fully move to Notepad++. So this is where we do coding. This is where we do practicals. So quickly set up the environment and give me a message on chat, uh, right or done, and then I can start the next part. You'll have done the setup. Now what we can do is we can start a code. So you can quickly jump into the Notepad++ and start a new file. So as soon as you open a new file, you can save it because as I told you earlier, we need to see all features in Java programming language on this tool. So to check that, you should save your file first using Java extension. You can go to the desktop and you can choose the file you created, this one I created. And then I'm going to save this as the 7 Java. Java program. And then you should give the file type. Since this is a Java program, I'm going to choose the file type as Java source file. And then you can click on it. So now we done the first step. you can start the code. I'm going to start with the task first. You look what I do, and then I'll give you time to practice. First, you should concentrate, focus the keyword, capital symbol, to understand all the things, and then I'll give you time to practice. First, you have to type the word class because in this programming language, we have to do everything inside a class. And once you write the word class, you should give a name for the class. So according to the programming, we should give the same name to be given for the file. So you can copy the file name by redirecting the save as, and then you can copy the file name. We go to save as, just copy paste the name of the anything. You can copy the file name and then you can paste it. Then we open curly brackets because we need to show the score. Inside the curly bracket, you can type the main function. So this is how we write the main method. Update, static, void, main, string. So as you all know, we have to maintain these two in the code in order to do something. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can do a calculation, you can do a print, you can do some other things, but everything is right inside a method. So now, as I told you, I'm going to show you a condition, and then I'll go to the switch. So we use if condition when we have multiple, sorry, when we have some things to check and make decisions based on that. So I'm going to type if because we are going to work with conditions. Inside bracket, you can write the condition. And then we have two curly brackets. These two curly brackets belong to this condition if only this condition is true. And at the same time, work with the false side. What happens if condition is false? Because we can't expect that every time the condition will true. Because if it is true always, that's not a condition. In case if that condition is false, what we are going to do? So always the thing that we are going to do, we put inside this curly bracket. We do this thing if the condition is true. Where it is the condition, it is inside the curly bracket. And we do this thing if only the condition is false. Whereas the condition is. So now I'm going to build a small condition. So you have to write in a technical way. You can't write multiple words, sentences, paragraph. You have to just convert it to the technical format. So let's assume I'm going to check whether given number is greater than 5. First of all, you have to take a variable. I'm going to take a variable called number and I'm going to check whether it is greater than 5. So I'm going to check the given number is greater than 5%, but I converted it to a technical format. So you can easily write the greater than 5 in this. And this is the variable, but you know, with the experience, we can't keep words like this. This is a word given by me. So you can't do something like this. You have to nicely introduce it with a variable and a proper data type. So at the beginning, I'm going to give the value as age. So this is the variable, this is the data type, and this is the value it holds. So now you can do the work. So now we have number, your computer knows we have a value for that. It automatically replaces that inside the code and it will check the condition. Your computer can understand because these are numbers and symbols. So it wants to check 8 is greater than 5. In another word, 8 is bigger than 5. So if this condition is true, what you are going to print? You can do whatever thing you want. You don't need to go for print always. In some cases, we do calculation, we go for another comparison, we do those kind of things, but just for your understanding, I'll do that. Yes. So here I'm going to print given number is greater than 5. This we can see on the screen if this condition is true. So now what happens if this condition is false? So if this condition is false, what you are going to do? You are going to print given number is less than 5. Very simple. So the logic works like this. First, it checks this thing. When it checks this thing, it will check whether the number is a variable. If number is not a variable and you haven't defined it like this, it will give you an error. Line by line, word by word, it will check. And then if number is already here, it will check the value it holds. It holds 8. It takes 8 here. And then do the comparison. Here we have a number, here we have a symbol operator. We should check 8 is greater than 5. So your computer can understand it. Your computer can do this. So your computer can realize that 8 is greater than 5, which means this condition is true. We have to always read it true or false. So now you know condition is true. If the condition is true, it can go inside this curly bracket. So now it will print given number is greater than. In case if the number is less than 5, something like this, then what it does, first it check the number, yeah, it is here, and the value is 3. It check. So now it can realize that 3 is not greater than 5, which means condition is false. If condition is false, we have the word else. You address the word else if only the condition is false. If it is false, you skip these 3 lines. You directly goes to this display. And then it will print the given number is less than 5. So now this is the first activity you should do. I'll show you the output first. So let's try with something larger. 8 there, and then open your command prompt. Java C, first we are going to compile the file. As you all know, we have to go through 2 steps. The first step is compilation. We convert our code into bytecode. We call that process as compilation. The command we should give for the compilation is javac space your file name with .java extension, the full file name, and then press enter. If any errors, it will show during this time. And then you can interpret, which means you convert bytecode H01, then your computer can read all these numbers and give you the output. So then it will show the given number is greater than 5 because we gave 8. So next time you can give number 20, again you can check the output. So I need you to do this activity. Someone says that my voice is not clear. Is that so? Students,
Yes, madam.
can't you hear me?
No, okay, madam.
Now, okay, in the sense, did you get that explanation about the code?
Yes, madam. But not very clear.
Oh my God, so sorry. Just
Oh,
now I saw the chat.
oh,
Okay,
okay, madam. I can manage.
yeah. Can you see the code now, students?
Yes, madam.
Right. Yeah. So can you confirm one time? So Is my voice clear?
Yes, madam. Clear.
So now what you have to do the code. Before we go to the switch case statement, I need y'all to understand if condition because switch case comes with this if condition and all. So first try this example and give me a screenshot about the output and then I can continue. So here we have to take a variable, assign a value. You can take whatever the variable name. I just took number. You can take ABC like that, whatever the thing you can take assign a value and then build the condition like this. I need both true side, false side, and then do something with that. And then give me the output for both true side and false side. So this is the true side. This is the false side, right? So I can give you 2 minutes to quickly do and give me an update about the outputs. Yeah. And if you can't hear me well, please interrupt. Don't put any messages because while I'm doing the lecture, I'm not checking the chat. If you can't hear me properly, please interrupt. That's totally fine. Good. I can see only two of your answers. Nurul um and Apinosha. Please make sure to upload your answers. I need to check. Right. Okay. So I hope you all can hear me well. Right. Let's go to the code again because now I'm going to change this a little bit. So now you can see we have we have one condition here. The only condition we have here, number is greater than 5. So that is what we supposed to check. And what happen if we have more than one condition? So now I want to check these things, whether the given number is greater than, less than, or equal to 0. So now I have two things to check. So first I check whether the given number is 0, and then I check whether it is equals to uh, 0 or not. So first I'm going to check whether the number is greater than 5, right? So let's say it is greater than 5. So if it is greater than 5, no need to check for others. We can print given number is greater than 5. If not, I want to check whether number is equals to 0. So now in between if and else, I have another condition to check. I have the second condition to check. Always we put those conditions in between if and else. We are not choosing any other place. We always choose in between place. So here I'm going to write if else. Right. I'm not sure whether it is else. Yeah. So here you can take another bracket because we are going to write the second condition. This time I'm going to check the number is equals to 0. So you know to check equality, we put two equal signs. Otherwise, if we put 0, it will pass this side value to this side. To avoid that, we put double equal sign. And for this thing also, you can do a curly bracket. So people go to this thing if only this condition is false, and then we can do something inside here. So in this particular case, I'm going to print the given number is EQUALS equals to 0. Right. So now this is how it works. First, it check this condition. This is the first condition, right? And if this condition is true, it will go inside this curly bracket because these two curly brackets belongs to this condition. It can goes inside if only this condition is true. If this condition is true, it will go inside and print given number is greater than 5. In a case, if this condition is false, so now this condition is false, it can't go inside curly bracket. It will skip these two because these two belongs to this. We can do this only if this is true. And then the next thing we have here, if else. And then we check this condition. In case if this condition is true, we can go inside and we can print given number is equals to 0. So now see, That also incorrect. This also false. Then what you can do, you can skip these two because these two belongs to this and it can directly go to else. So this is how we manage multiple conditions. Sometimes we have 10 to 12 conditions to check. So then what we do, we take another if else, another if else, another if else, and fill all the conditions. So that is how we do. So now with me, you can check the output. I'm not sure whether this is if else because these days I'm working with both Python and Java. If this is incorrect, I'll correct you. At the same time, I'm managing multiple programming languages. So sometimes I don't remember what I'm teaching. The keywords always, these are very similar. So some similarities are there. So because of that, I use wrong things, but then I can suddenly understand and correct those. Right. Yeah, that's correct. Incorrect. Else if. Now it should be correct, but I don't know. Let's try. All right. So I mistakenly change the keywords. For all other conditions, you should write else if. So now we can check the code. The given number is less than 5 because we gave 3. So now you can try 0 because that's the one we added recently. Let's compile this again. Yeah, given number is equals to 0, which means it came to this point as well. So if we have like multiple conditions, let's see, you're going to check the given number is equals to 10. Given number is equal to 11. So you can get more and more if else. So I'll show you how to do that. So let's take another one, else if, another else if, number equals -5. Some cases are there like this. We have to check that particular thing. So then what you can do is you can number is -5, something like that. So you change the input and check. So we use this thing to check how input is working, right? And then CD. All right. Yeah, I forgot to put double equal. That's the problem. Right? Given number is -5. So like that, in between this main if and else, you can write number of conditions you want. So now tell me how many conditions we have here. This is the first condition. This is the second condition.
4
This
conditions.
is the 3 conditions, not 4, 3 conditions. Because we write conditions inside this round brackets. We have only 3. This is not a condition, right? This is what we do if all conditions are not working. This is like a safe thing. If all these are not working, we just print this thing. Here we have only 3 conditions. In first condition, we check whether number is greater than 5. In second condition, we check number is equal to 0. In third condition, we check number is equal to -5. So these are the 3 conditions we have. Always for the first condition, we write F. And for the last one, here we don't have any condition, but we write else. If all these things are not working, we do this. And all middle conditions we can write with else if. So let's say you have 10 more conditions to write. You can write else if 10 times with the condition and curly brackets. In the curly brackets, you can write what is the thing that you all are doing. So now we are slowly coming to switch case statement. Please do this and you can change, right? You can change the values, you can increase the number of conditions because some situations are there. uh, we check multiple conditions. If if student grade is less than 75, we print A. If that student grade is in between 75 and 65, we print B. Like that, we have different kind of scenarios to do. After you finish this thing, I'll show you that example as well, because that's kind of advanced thing. We have a few more things to add to the existing code. So you can do this, and then I'll show you how to do that example. It suddenly came to the mind. So we can do that as well. So first you do this code. You can improve the previous code with these two and give me an update about the update with a screenshot, and then I can quickly go to the next quote. See two of your answers. Please make sure to upload. I'm checking Apinosha's answer. Check. Great. You took three conditions. Very good. Excellent. Nurul's answer, let me check. Yeah, Nisansala also did. Great. Very good. Okay, so yeah, let me start switch case statement. Um, Where's my folder? Okay. Yeah, it's here. I told you that I do a quick quote just to show you how gradings are doing. So let's do that as well because that will important for you. So take a new file and choose your Java folder which you have created on desktop. All right. And I'm going to give the name as 8 Java program. And I copy this thing because I need this name for the class. And then change the save as type to Java source file and save it. So I'm going to start a class, open curly bracket. Inside curly bracket, the main method public static void main string args, right. So let's take a variable called marks equals to, let's take like 45 at the very beginning, later we can change. First, we need to check grading. So let's write this in aside, right, right. If the mark is in between 100 and 75, we usually give A. And if the mark is in between 74 to 65, we usually give B. And if it is in between 64 to 55, we usually give C. And if it is in between 54 to 40, we will give, let's say, D. And all below, all below 14, we fail. So let's say this is our grading system. So now I want to do this in the code. I'm going to develop a system, right? So let's take the first condition. So now you have two things to check. First, you check whether the mark is uh, 100 or less than that. And then you check whether the mark is 75 or greater than that, in between. All greater than values uh, above 75, all lesser values of 10, 100. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන අපි බලන්නේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් ගේ මාර්ක් එක තියෙන්නේ මේ දෙක අතරද. අතර කියන්නේ in between 100 වලට වඩා අඩු වෙන්න ඕනේ 75 වලට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ මාර්ක්ස් දෙකක් ගන්නවා. එහෙම තමයි මේක develop කරන්න ඕනේ. So we are going to develop the first condition. So I'm going to take the variable mark. Yeah. So first I'm going to check mark is less than or equals 100. So I check this. අපි මුලින්ම බලන්නේ මේ මාක් එක 100ද එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒකට වඩා අඩුයිද? හැබැයි 100 වලට වඩා අඩුයි 0ත්. දැන් ඊට පස්සේ ගන්න ඕනේ ඊළඟ එක 75. ආයි ගන්නවා මේ බ්‍රැකට් එකක්. Mark is greater than or equal to 75. ඔන්න ඕක තමයි ගන්න. දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා පටන් ගන්න තැනයි ඉවර කරන තැනයි. 100, how you got that? Mark less or equal to 100. It should be lesser than 100 and it should be equal to 100. Here, mark should be greater than 75 and equal to 75. So now what you can do, you can put and. You should check both. It should be equal to or less than 100. It should be equal or greater than 75. And then you can put a big bracket for both these two. And then curly brackets, inside curly bracket you can write system.out println, let's print A. Right. So now we did that. So now this is the last option. Okay, we can do that later. So now we did the first one. So now I want to do the second one, this thing. We can do in same way, right? So how you do that? Now you have another condition to check. We have few conditions. So you take, sorry, else if here. Now you can write the next condition. For this also, you know, you have two brackets to write. So first you can write the template and then you can build it. First take the variable. In this case, what we are going to check, we are going to check the given number is less than or equal to 74. We are not taking 75 because here we took that. No need to take that again. So this is what we check first. And then we have 65 in other side. Again, you take the marks and this time you are going to check greater than or equal to 65. So in between this, you put and. Both these should correct. අපි එතනදි check කරන්නේ 74 හෝ 74ට අඩු 65 හෝ 65ට වැඩි. මේ දෙක අතර මැද තියෙන ඔක්කොම numbers ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So you do B. Right. So now we did this as well. So we have this condition to check. So now I'm going to focus that. So for that also, I'm going to take else if. First, you can write the template. It will easy for you. First, you write two brackets separately and then put these two brackets inside one big bracket and then you put and. So here you get the variable marks. You check whether it is less than 54 because, sorry, I didn't, 64. You took 65 here, so you take one value below that, 64, right? And this side, what you check whether the given number is equal or greater than 50. If so, what you are going to print? You are going to print C. So we did this as well. So now I have one more condition before the last one. We always keep last one for the else, but we have one more before that. So you can do that as well. You take another else if, and let's try to do the template with me before filling values. Right. So now you take the variable. This time what you check, first you check for the less one, 54, because we check 55 here. And here you check greater than or equal 40, right? And you can print D here. Let's take D. So now you can see, my students, we check all these things. So now we have the last condition, but this is the last one. If this is last, no need to check more condition. You can directly take else for that, because if you start with if, you have to end it with else. Else if are the middle cases. ඔයා if එකකින් start කරොත් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේක ඉවර කරන්න ඕනේ else එකකින්. else එකට condition එකක් නැහැ. right? ඒ අතරමැද තියෙන හැම condition එකක්ම else if එක තමයි දාන්නේ. So now no need to check anything. What you can do, you can write, because if it is not in these ranges, that should be filled. Right. So now we gave the mark 45. So if it is 45, his grade should be D, because this is the case. We'll see. Right. First, you can compile it, copy the class name, paste it here. Right. No errors, luckily. Right. D, you can see it. Next time you change this to 95, change with all values, because we gave different types of conditions. Check with all these things. Then you can get an idea how, yeah. So it gave A. So this time you can change the value to, let's take 68. 68 in this range. It should be B, right? B. So now let's try a value below 40, like 32. Yeah. Java C. Yeah, it's F. So this is how we do this kind of code. So please try this code if you want. I can give this code. Let me copy the code. But don't copy paste this. I just y'all to think and do the code by yourself. But however, I gave the code in chat. And quickly do this and give me an update with your screenshots. I'll increase this a little bit. Yeah. This is the full code. Right. Try this and give me a quick update.